And look at the difference between the clean valve and the dirty valve with the carbon buildup. One thing you might notice is all the pitting on the valve seat right over here. This affects your combustion and how well everything seats. So we were able to clean it, sand it, but this seems like it's going to need a lapping job in order to fix it up and clean it out even more so it seals better. We still made great progress from where we were in the beginning. Another view is right over here. This is the clean version, and this is the carbon buildup version. We have much improved the valves and the future performance of this motor. So stay tuned to see how we do this for cheap at home, for free. Alright guys, so first we're just going to take our old dirty valve. We're going to put some tape on the top portion of this so when we put it in the drill, it won't scratch up the stem. Don't want to scratch up the stem. That's very important to keep it protected. Once that's done, just make sure you don't drop the valve. Once you drop the valve, you can bend it, you can damage the tip, so it's not going to work. Be careful when you tighten this. Be careful when you tighten this up. Just lightly. Alright. Now all you're going to need is some water, and I'm using a scuff pad right over here. And all we're going to do is just put pressure on both items here. And re-wet. As you can see, it's starting to look a little bit better already. Just repeat the process. And don't try to sand and scuff this area right here. You want to keep this area of the valve smooth. Again, it's looking much better already. Much improved from where it was last time. And again, there is pitting on the side where the valve seat is, and that's going to require further techniques. That's going to require further techniques in order to get rid of it and increase that seal on the combustion chamber. So let's carry this on and do this for all the valves here. We'll get brand new look-alike valves. Here you guys can see all the corrosion that's been on the valve. Some of it chipped off already, but as you can see, it probably can have an effect on the valve. The pitting isn't so obvious right now with the dirty valve, but once you clean it, you really do start seeing all the pitting and the leaks that the pitting may potentially bring. So I'm having a hard time cleaning the stems, but again, the stem isn't my main concern. My main concern would be the surface here and this area here. So we're just doing what we can do for the stem. But again, this is going to be the main concern. Now right over here, we have an intake valve. The intake valve has also some crud buildup on it. Not as bad, but the seats are much more uniform, and you can see this is before even cleaning it. Look how smooth that seat looks like. So that's how we want our exhaust seats to look like when we're done with everything. Now, one thing to consider when cleaning valves like this, is there a protective coating on the valve? Like this one, for example, has a very uniform line right here, and I'm not sure if that's some kind of protective coating or the crud. Now, you don't want to sand the protective coating off if that was the case and the scenario. So make sure you do your research. I really don't know what this one in particularly is, but we'll give it a nice little wipe down with the scuff pad, just lightly, just to remove the surface contamination. Here you can see the exhaust seats. You see all the pitting in them. And look at the intake seats, nice and clean and uniform.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.